honest, then whatever. Her newborn Cyclops had my eye. But I knew I'd never claim it. I was taught not to claim when the wind wrote my name in the water, waved blueness over blackness and died. At that moment I saw that blackness would die, but not me, not we. In the deep blue abyss we kissed on a current and drowned eternities in love's lost lagoon. She had hidden rooms in her room where I'd seen screenings of the future wrapped in swaddling clothes, and God knows I wanted to kiss it, but my lips were sealed by time. Saturn's rivers overflow with schools of frankincense and mermaids swimming sense of self to the soul, and sphinxes they swim in Saturn's rivers, drenching the waters with ancient magic and the secrets of the Saturn Sutra, secrets that can name the future and saturate the soul with stardust and samba of seasons untold. The future unfolds through Saturn's rivers, so I sailed my soul through the forethoughts of the forgotten and waded through windows of time. I'm certain of Saturn's rivers and all else is fact. So baptize me in the stars and wrap me in nighttime, moon blue. Pupil my sight with orange balls of light and echo my plight through the corridors of metaphor. What else are we living for if not to create fiction and rhyme? My purpose is to make my soul rhyme with my mind over matter, mind, trait, fiction. As a matter of fact, matter of fact, matter is fact. So spirit must be fiction. Science fiction. Art fiction. Meta fiction. Her stomach bloated with indigo silence, she birthed a nation of loud motherfuckers that set fire to her womb as they exited and called it the sun. The father of sweat, the father of rain, for out of heat comes humidity, out of fire comes water, and out of the sun's fire water came the plants and trees that call her name in the darkness as she stares one-eyed and raises the tide in an attempt to kiss the blood of her burning womb. This is my blood which is shed for you motherfuckers of undeserving. Cyclops that she is, she still gives, even though we label her followers lunatics. Tops, ticks, the working day is over. And we rest our perceptions under the indigo silence that she emits as she stares into our mind's eye, deciphering the universe in our dreams. We dream of burning crosses and sailing witches, star-crossed bitches, and moon kisses that caress our subconscious like motherly hums and play our soul strings acoustic to awaken to the flames of her burning womb, engulfed in the vaginal volcanoes of velvet delusions, daylight delusions, dear God, confusion. These motherfuckers are too loud and I can't hear myself at the wing as I sing tornadoes to my children and hum hurricanes under my breath. I'm being beckoned by the bastards of another day as nothing contemplated in love anymore. With my loved children of this generation I labeled lunatics, tops, ticks. The working day is over, and I am full with the indigo pains of a blood-stained womb as I stare one-eyed and raise the tide in an attempt to kiss the blood of my burning womb. This is my blood which is shed for you motherfuckers of undeserving, forcibly penetrating my indigo silence in the name of the Father and the Son. This next poem is a poem that I intended to be in this book and I didn't put it in there. We'll do it that way. It's called Children of the Night. Yeah. And out of the sun's gates come little girls in dresses of fire, wearing pigtails of braided smoke which stems their moon-cratered scalps. The glowing seeds of a nightly garden that will blossom in the full moons, irregardless of the sun. They know the night and the seven names of the wind, the tales of their wind-blown fathers. Who will father these mothers of light, and what will become of me? Children of the night. Only some will star the sky, only believers in death will die, and fathers must feather the wings of women. For the unfeathered masses dangle ridiculous, carrying crosses to phallic-filled tombs. The future is sailed silent through blood-ribboned wombs that ripple with riddles of cows and spoons and birds, moons and earth, sun centered at noon. She buries her eggs in the soil and plants her feet in the sky. Soil seeds a circus of carrots and clowns, and minstrel shows our desires. And here I stand, caught gesturing infinity, fetal-fisted for revolution, with open hands birth humility. Now what is the density of needleless planet? Must my spine be aligned to sprout wings? I'm slouched to the sling steps and Kango with fang reps, my orbit rainbows, Saturn's rings. Mystically elliptical, presto polaris, karmic flame, future in Saturn's and Aries, an album of fish called Father, with gills tight, dizzy, blowing in liquid lullabies, soothe the spine of time to tranquilize the nervous systems to feet. At the feet of forever the children are gathered or rather buried in that mass graveside of the night. They are the seeds of light planted in the sky, but in nights and skies are meaningless to their unearthly eyes. They are our children, playing chess on the sunburnt backs of one-eyed turtles, checkmating a lifetime's slow crawl to enlightenment, cashing in their crown of glory for matching the contradiction. The children of fiction, born of semen-filled crosses thrust in Calvary's mound, with memories of Manana's millennium, the gravity of the pendulum, the inscription of the grail, the rumors of war and famine, diseases and storms of hail. All hail the new beginning, behold the winter's end. Bring on the puppets and dragons as the ceremonies begin, for they have come to shatter time and bring back the dead newborn, an army of me, bearing change in the front lines and shadows in the field lines, wilderness, the lights of the city. I have seen them, a tumultuous army of bastards and beggars, madmen and idiots, witches and harlots, dancers and lunatics, sinners and singers, losers and lovers, students and teachers, poets and priests, orbiting the realms of the ordinary through the ordinances of those ordained by the beast. These are our children, love-laden life lanterns, casting shadows that shepherd the flocks, crying wolf in the moon's full as sirens of love's lull, the offspring of Gibraltar's rocks. Who will deny them in thrice crows the cock? Will it be you, Peter, decked in daymare's denial, masqueraded in matter over mind under trial? Self is a servant of things. Three is the beginning of all things. Triangles and rectangle your wings. Let vision learn not ye deservings. Pile stones and unearth ancient learnings. He self as a ghost of your servings. If you're serving the Father, there's no son without mother. Parent bodies discover water bodies and drown. Wade me in the water till Atlantis is found. At the seafloors of self, I'm starfish and unbound. Heard the name of that mound is Stone Mountain. Underwater volcanoes erupt, water fountains of youth. Let this carnal equation cancel out wind and truth. Swirl me beyond sometimes, drench me waterproof. Let Eve drop forever, rain sunsets on my roof. I sit on the front porch of my sanity, deciphering ham bones to Van Gogh this vanity. Oiled egos, canvas and frame to be reborn, unborn, unburied, unnamed, a reflection. Through a blood-stained glass window of souls going yellow around the edges, carbonated dreams and blurred daily lives. But let family bring focus out of spawn, blossom, lotus, the muddy water, blue daughters of infinity. Creating water, body, water, soft as our serenity as we rise with the tides towards divinity, and she will be raised by wolves just below the masonry Dixon line, where eagles noose the misuse of Osiris and sacred papyruses and their claws clenched, that the vultures of our memories may feast upon the remedies of ancient laws lynched, and flock to the treetops of the forethoughts we have forgotten. Yes, silence will be begotten of the wind. The silver eyes of the darkness are her friends, and they sometimes plant forever in their dens on the mountainsides of sometimes now and then. And between the rise and set of you and I, may blue visions know the depths of liquid cries, and some ask me if she cries in the night, and it's the substance of her tears that drench the days with light. Shit, you better hope she do. Cause there are women with fur coats and painted faces dancing on the peripheries of perfection. They eat Chinese apples that stain their teeth red and can cackle cosmos out of chaos at a moment's notice. The children on the train selling chocolate with the mothers in the background fundraising their dreams from the dead. And the authors of autumn correspond with catharsis, and strange leaves of my needs are in dread. I need fruit and vegetables. For only living things can feed the span of wings, and thus he was born to charter my flight into the blues of night and the darkness that precedes the light, the pupil of the sea's reflective sight. Notebook in hand, I footnote, land, and write. Plot, dot, 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 and dot my eyes as bright, and cast my lot amongst the children and the night.